Good morning. Today is going to be a shoulder, or we like to call a heart opener, shorter class, 20 to 30 minutes. I do suggest that maybe you grab a block or a harder pillow, something a little firmer to use at certain points. You'll see maybe some points you don't need it, but you could have it, and other points that you do need to use it, especially when we're laying back. To open up the shoulders, we'll be putting it aligned with our spine. And if you've been following for a while, you've probably done that pose before with me. If you have any shoulder injuries, go lightly, maybe back off. Don't go as deep into the poses. And, always be aware and conscious of what you're doing with the body and the sensations. Don't just rely on exactly doing what I'm doing, because I'm not in your body. It is your practice. Let's get started. Let's get present. Being here. Being all awareness of our breath. Bring that breath all the way down to the belly. Start to look at your alignment, ears over the shoulders, shoulders over the hips. We're being present in our bodies. We're connecting the mind to our body, pulling our awareness here and now. Beautiful. Feel how your body feels now, not the stories of the past, not where you'd like to be, but be okay with how you are right now. You are healthy, you are happy, you are safe. For one more breath. And we are starting in child's pose. So toes come touching, knees come out as far as you'd like them to be. And because we are focusing on that heart opener, stretch out the hands far out, and then we're going to bend at the elbows, bringing those hands into prayer and bringing them up over the head. Now, if you have a hard time with that head touching down, you can bring something in front first, so the elbows can rest, the forehead can rest, and then bring the hands on top of the head. Beautiful. Wherever you need to be, enjoy. Breathe. For one more deep breath here, full exhale. And then bring the hands forward. We're going to slide onto our belly into Sphinx pose. So the elbows are bent. Elbows are underneath the shoulders. Forearms are on the ground. Bring them in slightly if you tend to slip. Beautiful. And then nice and strong, like the statue. We're not dipping down in the neck. shoulders, nice and strong. Belly is active, almost picked up off the ground because you're contracted. Glutes are active, legs are active, supporting the back. And breathe. For one more breath. Beautiful. We're going to come up to tabletop. So slide the hands underneath the shoulders, tucking the toes, pushing up to the knees, and then bringing the hips back to be aligned to the knees, wrists underneath the shoulders, and more importantly, bringing those palms to push down to the ground. Fingers are separated, nice and strong, belly in, a slight pushing through the shoulder blades. Breathe, tabletop, nice and stable, nice and strong. Beautiful. We're going to bring the left hand. May want to first bring the right hand in a little bit closer to make you a little bit more stable. And left hand's going to come behind the head. Remember, we're pushing into that hand. And then we're coming open just slightly, lifting that elbow. Beautiful. And then bring it down. Beautiful. Bring it open with an inhale. Exhale, come down. One more time. Inhale, open. Exhale, down. Placing that hand back down. Beautiful. Reestablish your stable table. And we're going to go on to the other side. Right hand coming up to the back of the head, pushing into that hand, lifting the elbow. Bring it down. Inhale, open. Exhale, down. Remember, everything stable, everything active. Inhale, open. Exhale, down. Placing that hand down, breathe. Beautiful. We're coming right into our puppy pose. We're stretching the hands out. The hips stay aligned with the knees. Bring the forehead down to a block or to the mat. Breathe. For one more breath. Push into the hands, lift the head up. Back to your stable table. Beautiful. One more here at stable table. We're going to stretch the right hand forward, left coming under, coming onto that left shoulder as far as you can take it. Breathe. Beautiful. Push into the right hand coming up. Onto the other side, we're going to stretch that left hand forward, right coming under. Breathe. Beautiful. Push into the hands coming up. Back to your stable table. Beautiful. And then getting ready for a downward facing dog or your downward facing dog. Tuck in the toes. Remember, our weight's coming back onto the ball of the feet, not just the toes. Beautiful, lifting up into your downward facing dog when you're ready. Beautiful, right leg lifts. Bring it forward. Drop that back knee, untuck the toes, bring up the hands right into cactus arms. Open up through the chin. Breathe, belly in. Beautiful. The next one takes a little bit of balance and at the shoulders. So if you don't need to clasp the hands, it's not for you, then let's not do it. Bring it more stable, hands to the ground, hands in prayer, or cactus arms. We're going to bring the hands behind you if you can, clasping those fingers together. Open up through the chest. Beautiful. Now we're going to rise up to that high lunge. You're going to tuck in those toes. Remember to bring the weight to the ball of the feet, not just the toes. Lifting up when you're ready. Finding your stable point. Looking at something not moving. A line on the floor, on the wall. And then coming forward. Pushing to that back heel. Lifting the hands up where you can off of the back. Breathe. For one more breath. Beautiful. Release the hands to the back. Drop down that knee. Untuck the hands. Bring the hands to the floor. Untuck the toes. Beautiful. We're going to come right into a tabletop. That right foot that is forward is going to come back, squeezing the glutes. So we're going to bring it back, bring it up. Hands are stabled. Beautiful. You can stay here. Remember that belly is active, the chest is active, pushing to the palms of the hands. You can stay here, or we're going to get that left hand to come back, holding onto the foot or the ankle. Oh, and we're trying to express that shoulder opener. Breathe. For one more breath. Beautiful. Release. Release into your tabletop. So I'm just like here, one moment. Beautiful. Coming into your downward facing dog. Tucking the toes, lifting up. Breathe. Walk or step forward. Ragdoll. One move.
Breathe. Hold on to opposite elbows. It's like my hair and Mike are having a fight today. That's okay. Beautiful ragdoll. Hold you on to opposite elbows. Top of the head towards the ground. Breathe. Beautiful. Roll it up to mountain pose. Activating the legs, the glutes, the belly, shoulders back, realign. This mic does not want to work today. Come into your mountain pose, palms facing forward. Breathe, just check. Beautiful, we are not on mic.
Sorry about that. Let's come back into our mountain pose. Beautiful. Things happen. It's how we deal with them, how we can move forward that matters. Everything's a lesson. Beautiful. We're going to roll down. We'll come back into that ragdoll and then come into our downward facing dog. So turn the palms down or back and roll it down to ragdoll. Beautiful. Step it back to your downward facing dog. Beautiful. This time the left foot is going to come forward. Reach it back. Reach it forward. Drop the back knee, untuck the toes. Breathe. Breathe. Beautiful. Bring up the hands, cactus arms. Make yourself nice and stable. Breathe. And again, option if you'd like to join us, clasping those hands behind, opening up through the chest, shoulder blades together, looking at something stable. We're going to come up, tucking in those toes, bring weight to the ball of the foot. Bring it up, push towards that back heel. Coming forward, lifting up the hands if you can. Breathe. Beautiful. Release the hands down. Bring that knee down, untuck the toes, bring the hands forward. Breathe. Beautiful. We're going to get ready for that tabletop. We're going to bring back that left foot all the way up. Hands are stable on the mat. Breathe. Beautiful. And again, we're going to lift the right hand. If you'd like to come back, grasping those toes or that ankle, lifting up. Belly's nice and stable, active. Breathe. Beautiful. Release, release. Back to that stable table. Back to that child's pose. Knees come out, toes come touching. All the way back. Breathe. Beautiful. Downward facing dog on the next inhale. Tabletop, toes come in, and everything lifts up. Downward facing dog. Beautiful. Lifting that right foot up. Bring it all the way through. Turn that back heel so you can place it down. Heels are aligned, coming all the way up. And we're going to go right into lengthening that leg in the front. Don't lock the knee. Swing the hip to the left. Beautiful. Bring up the arms. Pretend you're pulling that rope forward and down if you can. Beautiful. You can look up, center, or down. Breathe. Beautiful. One more breath. Bring it up. Beautiful. Turn that back heel, lift it up. Bring down the arms. Step it back to your downward facing dog or tabletop. Breathe. Beautiful. Left leg rises. Bring it all the way through. Turn that back heel, place it down. Cartwheel the arms. Don't lock the knee, but straighten the leg. Beautiful. Grab that rope and coming down. Breathe. Beautiful. Bring it up. Beautiful. Bend the knee. Turn the hips. Lift the heel. Come down. Downward facing dog or tabletop. Beautiful. Drop the knees, tabletop if you're not already there. Breathe. Beautiful. And then we're just coming all the way to our belly. Hands are underneath our shoulders. Breathe. Beautiful. We're going to straighten the arms. If that's too much of a back bend, then keep it low into a little baby cobra, just lifting the chest, the chin, but still keeping the belly, the glutes, the legs, everything active. If you can, lengthen through the arms, through the chest, through the chin. Breathe. Beautiful. Lower down. Beautiful. If there's any shoulder injuries, be kind. See if this is for you. We're going to stretch the right hand forward. Left is still stable, hand on the ground. If you'd like to grab a block for your head or the pillow, you can do that, placing it underneath your head. And then we're going to turn over to that right side. My knees are going to be pointed towards the left. Now notice that opening through the shoulder. You can rest the head down on a block instead of the ground, lessening it a bit, or turn back towards your stomach. Remember, no sharp pains. Beautiful. Breathe. Beautiful. Turning back towards your stomach. Bringing the right hand underneath the shoulder. We're going to go to the other side. So your left cheek is towards that blocker mat. Left hand is extended up. And you're turning towards your left side. Knees are coming towards the right. Breathe. Beautiful. Back towards your stomach. Both arms underneath the shoulders. And we're going to start to align to come to our back. We're going to bring that block to be aligned with our spine. Remember, we're opening up through the chest, so it's going to be on our upper spine. If you like to grab a softer bolster or using that pillow, that's fine too. You just want a good height where it feels like you're opening up through that chest. So turning over to the back, lowering down. You can have your head on or off the block, depending how big or how many blocks you have. Beautiful. And then you can bring the hands, be that world hug, I like to call it, at shoulder height. Breathe. You can have the head dangling off of the block, opening up through the throat. You want a nice lift through the chest. And breathe. Feet can be on the ground. Beautiful. If you'd like a little hip opener too, we're going to bring those feet together in butterfly, opening up those wings. Keep the belly in, protect that lower back. For one more breath. Beautiful. We're going to remove that block or bolster. So we're going to come over to one side, closing the wings over to one side, fetal position or recovery position. Removing what you have underneath you. And come back to the back. Let's stretch it all out. Stretch out the legs, stretch out the arms up overhead. Breathe. Beautiful. Bring those hands to the chest. Bring the palms to face up. Stretch out the legs. And focus on allowing those shoulders to drop. Allow the feet to flop open. A lot of the time, our shoulders can't rest when there's other things we're holding in the body. Sometimes that's our trigger point. So our shoulders stay up by our ears. If our belly feels off, if our hips feel tight, so allow the whole body to relax. Allow the legs to feel heavy. Allow the arms to feel heavy. Relax the jaw, the eyes. First, allow the mind to focus on the breath. Focus on the rhythm. Focus on the sensation. And then once the mind is not focused on the future, the past, but just on the breath, and allow yourself to just be. Just be in nothing. If the mind still needs to attach, follow the breath. Follow the rhythm. When you're ready, give yourself 3 deep breaths. Bring your awareness to the belly, expanding it fully. Hold at the top of the inhale. Exhale fully. Stopping at the base of the exhale. And continue this rhythm with 3 breaths. Full exhale. Making space for new possibilities. New way of being. Creating our own energy. Holding our own energy, our own space. And on that fourth inhale, start to move the fingers and toes. And when you're ready, let's stretch out the arms up overhead again. Point the toes, activate the legs, activate the arms, the shoulders, big wide stretch. Beautiful. And then bring the arms to shoulder height, that world hug. Beautiful. And then we're going to give ourselves a hug. The right arm coming over top of the left, holding on to the shoulders, lifting the elbows. Beautiful. Inhale, open world hug. And then bring it in this time, left over right. Beautiful world hug. And then we're going to turn over to our side, whatever side you choose. Over to one side. Arm under head, knees are bent, recovery position. Fetal position. Beautiful. When you're ready, coming up to a seated position. Finding those sit bones. Finding the alignment. Take a moment to notice the difference in your mind, in your body, and in your mood, your spirit, from when you started to now. When you allowed yourself to be present, are you calmer? Are you more open through the heart? Beautiful. And when you're ready, let's lock in those sensations, those gifts, those messages we got today by inhaling the arms all the way up. Bring them in through center, prayer hands, stopping at the forehead, reminding ourselves to connect our mind down to our heart, down to our intuition, in our belly, in our soul, in our beginning. Beautiful. Namaste. Hope you have a wonderful day. Sorry about the interruption or the lag time, the muted time. I hope you were still able to follow along. This is life. I don't make edits. Things happen. Bye.